Welcome to Afghan News with Mohsen Jamal. America and Afghanistan are close to signing a strategic pact which would allow thousands of United States troops to remain in the country until at least 2014. The Daily Telegraph has disclosed the agreement would allow not only military trainers to stay to build up the Afghan army and police, but also American Special Forces soldiers and air power to remain. Both Afghan and American officials said that they hope to sign the pact before the Bonn conference on Afghanistan in December. Rangin Dadfaris Panta Karzai's top security advisor told the Daily Telegraph that remarkable progress had been made. U.S. officials have said they would be disappointed if a deal could not be reached by December and that the majority of a small print had been agreed. Spanta said a longer-term presence was crucial not only to build Afghan forces but also to fight terrorism, predicting that Afghan forces would still need support from U.S. fighter aircraft and helicopters. A government spokesman says a bus has careened off a mountain road in South Afghanistan, killing 35 people, including women and children. Kandahar provincial spokesman Zalmai Ayubi says the overloaded bus was traveling through Dan district of Kandahar province Saturday when it swerved and rolled about 40 meters off the road, adding that 26 people were injured. And Eastern Nangarhar province spokesman Ahmadzi Abdulzai says an explosive packed rickshaw exploded near the car of an Afghan intelligence agent, killing him and wounding 4 people. Meanwhile, Najibullah Majibi, an Afghan army spokesman in the western Herat province, says a rickshaw bomb detonated near an Afghan army truck, killing 2 soldiers and injuring 3. No group has claimed responsibility for the bombings, but the Taliban militants have in the past planted bombs to target Afghan or international forces in Afghanistan. Separate landmine explosions have killed 4 Afghan civilians and a policeman and injured 4 others, officials said Saturday. The first incident took place in Tarinkot city, the capital of Uruzgan province, late Friday when people were on their way home for dinner when the landmine, which was under a bridge, went off, killing 4 and wounding 2, a spokesman for the provincial police chief said. A second landmine explosion blew up a police motorcycle in the Deraud district of Uruzgan on Friday, killing 1 Afghan police officer and injuring 2 others. Meanwhile, the Interior Ministry said in a statement on Saturday that a suicide bomber targeted the governor's office in Helmand province, but he was identified by Afghan National Police before he could reach the target, so he blew himself up in front of the first security check gate. The suicide bomber who had placed the bomb in his turban died. 5 Afghan policemen were slightly injured, 8 aided. Warning that Lashkar-e-Taiba has the ability to severely disrupt already delicate regional relations, the United States has said the Pakistan-based terror outfit responsible for the 2008 Mumbai terror attack remained active in Kashmir and continued to target India along with groups like Muhammad and Harakatul Mujahideen. The U.S. State Department in its annual report on terrorism voiced concern over continued presence of terrorist safe havens inside Pakistan. The actual size of LET is unknown, but it has several thousand members in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, Pakistan's Punjab, Pakistan, and in India's southern Jammu, Kashmir, and Doda regions, the State Department report said. The report added that despite efforts by Pakistani security forces, Al-Qaeda terrorists, Afghan militants, foreign insurgents, and Pakistani militants continue to find safe haven in portions of Pakistan's federally administered tribal areas, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Baluchistan. Police in Karachi, Pakistan's financial capital, have been ambushed by a group of gunmen, sparking violent battles in which 4 officers were killed and 40 more wounded, officials said. Late on Friday, the police commandos dressed in plainclothes were targeted in the eastern neighborhood of Korangi. A senior police official, Shaukat Hussain, said that the policemen were in a van going on a raid on a tip-off when they were intercepted by armed men who started firing, injuring many policemen. Simin Jamali, spokesman for the Jinnah Postgraduate Medical Center, said that their hospital has received 40 injured policemen, 4 of whom are critically injured. The attack comes after a 24-hour outbreak of gang-related violence between Wednesday and Thursday that killed 52 people. North Korean leader Kim Jong-il arrived in Russia on a special train on Saturday as the isolated state tries to reach out to regional powers and seek economic aid. In his first public visit to Russia in nearly a decade, Kim will meet President Dmitry Medvedev and will spend time in the country's Far East and Siberia, the Kremlin said in a statement. Kim made his last public visit to Russia in 2002 when he met then-President Vladimir Putin in the far eastern city of Vladivostok. Kim arrived in the town of Khasan near the short border between North Korea and Russia and was greeted by the Primorye region governor and President Dmitry Medvedev's representative in the Russian Far East, a regional government source has said. Libyan rebels have reportedly taken control of the oil-rich town of Brega, just 50 kilometers east of Tripoli. The latest advance by the rebel forces comes as Libyan opposition wrested control of the strategic city of Zawiya, Zlatan, and as they pushed closer to the stronghold of Muammar Gaddafi. Fighting continued late on Friday as Gaddafi forces launched a fierce counter-attack along the coastal highway 50 kilometers west of Tripoli. At least 26 rebels are reported to have been killed, 150 more wounded in the fighting for Zlatan, and the rebels said between 40 and 50 of Gaddafi's forces were also killed in the fighting. Meanwhile, Muammar Gaddafi's former right-hand man Abdel Salam Jalout, who was a member of the junta that staged a 1969 coup bringing Gaddafi to power, has defected to rebel-held territory in Libya's western mountains, a rebel spokesman has said. Security forces have killed at least 23 people in Syria, activists said, as protesters again took to the streets across the country. The UK-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights said 15 people were killed in the southern Daraa province on Friday, adding that the security forces opened fire on protesters in the province's towns of Ghabagheb, Enkhel, Al-Hirak, and Nawa. OHR also said 6 people were killed in the central city of Homs and that 2 others were killed in the Damascus suburbs Harasta and Doma. In the southern Damascus suburb of Qadam, a protest of an estimated 6,000 people chanted for President Bashar al-Assad to be sent to the International Criminal Court in The Hague, a witness said. The violence came as the EU decided to add 20 new names to a list of Syrian individuals and businesses already subjected to sanctions. And the Turkish warplanes and heavy artillery struck Kurdish guerrilla targets in northern Iraq in a third consecutive night of raids, military headquarters said on Saturday. In a statement on its website, Turkish General Staff said fighter planes had hit 20 rebel targets in Kandil Mountains, Senat Haftanin, Hakurk and Gara in northern Iraq, adding that the planes had all returned to their bases. The General Staff said reconnaissance flights were continuing in the area to assess the damage inflicted during the operations and to determine whether there were any casualties. The strikes follow a surge in attacks by Kurdistan Workers' Party guerrillas against the Turkish military and an ambush on Wednesday that killed 9 servicemen. More than 40,000 people have been killed in the conflict since the PKK took up arms for Kurdish self-rule in 1984. And that's all for now. Thanks for staying with us.